What's up everyone, California Table Soccer here. Welcome to the channel. If you are new to the channel, you are in for a treat today. This is episode number 3 of the Chelsea Historic Kit Frame Build. Now, if you haven't seen episodes 1 and episode 2 and our little bonus 2.5 episode, little update, get yourselves back and watch those first. We're still doing it. If you ain't watched them, get yourself back over there. Maybe even I'll be generous and put it, I never remember, I do this all the time. Here, it'll be on this side, it comes up here. A little suggestion up for the videos. Get yourselves back and watch those first. We're going to be looking at 4 more Chelsea kits and how we build up the base colours. This one has a lot of painting tips and information. It contains a tutorial that we've also brought out as a separate tutorial. So if you have already watched that tutorial, you can skip over that bit, you'll know where it is. But yeah, so we are going to be looking at Chelsea Football Club with 3 home kits, 1 away kit, a lot of FA Cup final winning kits involved in this frame. This frame has been put together with significant kits and events in it, a lot of FA Cup finals, League Cups, etc, etc, etc. I'm waffling now, so let's just get into it and show you what we're going to show you today.
Okay, so our first one today is a 2003 to 2005 Chelsea. It's fairly simple in its makeup. Again, it's the little details with Chelsea's that tend to make them quite special. I've got another brush on the go at the moment because there was a bit of an incident with the other one. I won't go into what happened to it, but it's totally gone. So I'm having to learn a whole new brush. Again, it's still a Scepter Gold, but it is bigger than what I would normally use. So it does take a little bit longer to get used to. It's a really simple blue band. What we're going to do is just go around the second one in a time lapse and then get onto the rest of the kit. So there he is then. He's got his 2 single bands around it here, and the rest of the kit again is a fairly simple makeup. It has a broad white stripe down the side of the shorts that stops which stops short of coming all the way to the bottom, and then the shirt has a thin white band in here and a white V-neck. So the first thing we're going to do, as always with a short stripe, is frame it out, trying to leave that white space coming down nice and straight. So that's all we're going to do there, is just fill them lines in there, and as I said, it stops short of being around the whole bottom of the shorts. So let's just bring that across there like that. Now we've done that, do exactly the same on the other side, and yeah, then we'll time lapse the infill. The stage of this kit then is to put a little blue ring right around the bottom of the sleeve so that we can keep that white space in there. Get nice and easy, just follow the bottom of the shirt round, don't overload the brush too much. And as with all painting, it's all about pulling it round. So we'll just do this real quick. We'll time lapse both of these, and we'll probably we said, we can leave those there nice and easy, because what we're going to do is bring a blue all the way down here and leave the white space in between. But what I'm going to do first is set my collar shape. Now it's a V with a V neck. Start from the middle, work your way back up. So get some blue on the paintbrush. I've already made my basic V, so I'm just looking to just drag it, just create that clean line straight in there. And all I need to do is exactly the same on the other side. Basic shape for the shirt. All we're going to do now is fill in all this white space here in blue, and then obviously leaving our little space down the bottom there. So we'll that is, although the paint is still wet, so that's why he looks as shiny as he does. That there is the basis of the 2003-2005 Chelsea home shirt. And this is the 2005-2006 Chelsea. This one had gold trim, so we're going to add the gold on afterwards. So pretty much in terms of painting, this one's an easy one to get going with. The socks have got this tiny little like blue area that's going to be on the inside of both legs, and then what it has is like this was an Umbro kit from what I can remember, and it had these like gold bits here that sort of came down in here, some gold bit there, it came down, and then again the same shape on the shorts in gold, and yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So this one's going to be a real quick time lapse through the whole thing. There's nothing really to explain to you on this one. Bit of white space at the bottom of the cuffs, because that's going to be gold. It's just easier to leave it white. This one really sort of comes to life when you add the details in, but you know the basic of the 2005-2006 Chelsea.
Right, I'm just going to stop you here. This is where we do essentially the Adidas sock hoop tutorial, which if you've already seen, you can skip past this bit and drag it on, unless you want to watch it again, in which case watch it all over again. But yeah, if you've already watched the tutorial, which is out way before this video drops, you can skip this bit and just come on to the next bit.
So here you can see we've had a massive accident with one of our Chelsea figures, and we've tried to paint him, we've messed him up, and I've tried to get it off with White Spirit, but it's just gone everywhere. Like, he's got black all over him. Psych. No, he hasn't. He's fine. I'm going to use this one as a demo for the Adidas stripes and the socks. The reason is because actually I've already painted them. I painted them out of shot of the camera because it's really difficult to paint them with the camera where I've got it. And obviously with this being a client piece, I can't run the risk of messing up my client piece. So what I'm going to try and do is show you how to do it on this guy. So I hold their heads. I want to get, here's my paint, by the way. My mum said to me the other day, she goes, oh, when you were talking about paint loading, you never actually showed yourself paint loading. So here is my paint. Now, what I'm going to do is dip, right, and I've got loads of it on there, and I'm just going to get it off on the edge of the tin so that I've got a pointy brush with some paint on it. There you go. I've showed you, Mum. I hope you're happy. So yeah, I hold their heads. I get my pointiest bit of the brush. I put it down. And I drag it around. Okay, there's one. I go back into my paint. This time, I literally just kiss the surface of the paint because I don't need it in the brush. This is so awkward doing it right here. Keep hitting my paintbrush on my phone as well, so that's really irritating. Again, so that's that one. Just a little kiss on there. Turn it, pointy bit. Drag it around. I appreciate this figure is not the cleanest, so it's difficult for you guys to see these lines. And I'm also talking while I'm doing this, which is usually something I don't do. But you can see there the two white lines dividing up the three white lines. But that's kind of how we do it. I always do it in stages. Just because of, see, I've just hit my phone with the brush again. It's so close. Honestly, this is so difficult for me to do. It's the beauty of figures of a slightly different shape to Santiago's as well, which makes them pretty annoying. Trying to get these two lines to meet up is so difficult at this angle. There we go, we got it. So now what we got to do is connect them together. Again, I'm shaking all over the place because I'm just not used to painting at this angle. So apart from that first brush dip where I fill the bristles with paint, okay, when you're doing tiny little details like this, once you've got that paint in the bristles, what it kind of does is sets them in the position that you want them. So what I'll probably do is I'll have this in the Chelsea video, but I might even bring this out as a separate video. So you might see this before the Chelsea one. I see I've overpressed there. I knew that was going to happen. Okay, so you can see just down here where I'm holding it so far away from me, I've overpressed. That can happen sometimes when you're painting. It's annoying when it does. What you can do, and what I've showed you guys before, so in a way it's a good thing that I've done it, is I get a really sharp blade and I just come in, rest it in where I want it, and there we go. We have 3 Adidas stripes around these socks. Now, I think you'll agree they're not quite as tidy as these ones, or maybe you won't agree. They are tighter than these ones. But back on the other side, still start at the top line. Just hit my phone again with the brush. That's good, isn't it? Just gonna kiss the top of the surface with the paint to get a little bit more. I've done it again. Guys, I'm so sorry. Honestly, it's so close. Maybe I'll go further away and zoom it, but then it narrows your shot, your field of vision. So that's where I go on the back. The difficulty comes when I'm trying to get it to come around the front, because from here I can't see them. So this is where I change my position and I hold him at the bottom rather than holding his head, and I need to try and just drag that line around and find it. It's not easy. I say this is so difficult to do. 1, because it's ridiculously hot. 2, because I'm doing it in a position that I'm not used to doing it, because I'm trying to show you guys kind of how I do it. So I've managed to get them lines to join up now. Hopefully I'm in shot still. Yeah, I am. I haven't moved him out of shot. That'd be really annoying. So I come around here. This one's rubbish, to be fair. They're too thick. They're a lot harder to do. As I said, it's very difficult for me to show you exactly how I do it, and they're not bad. So there we go. There are some sets of Adidas socks. Now, hopefully the base isn't in the way, but this guy here, he's got some little issues up in here. I'm going to try and clean them out with a knife, the same as I did before, to try and tidy them up to show you that it can be done, but I'm going to have to do that off camera because I'm probably going to go wrong. So yeah, I'm going to jump cut it. I've tidied them ones up so you can see how it kind of works and fits together. But that's that with this bit. Now we're going to... Okay, welcome back to Didier Drogba. Now, as you can see, we just showed you on another player how to build those Adidas stripes on the top. As I said, we did these ones off camera because of the painting position I take up. And you'll see in that last bit of video how many times I hit the camera with my brush. Obviously, in a client piece, I can't afford to be doing that. So it's very difficult to film it. So at the moment, I can't. So I did it the best I could. And they turned out okay. Hopefully it will be helpful to you guys. But anyway, we are here with Didier Drogba. Now this kit has Adidas stripes all over it and white piping lines and everything. But actually with this one, very, very similar to the last one, it's going to be just filling in pretty much everything you see that is white on the shirt and the shorts in blue. So it'll be a quick time-lapse blast through. It's a short sleeve shirt, so it is slightly different. We need to be a little bit careful around where the arms join the shirt. But yeah, so again, we're going to time lapse our way through it. Oh, the only thing I will say actually is you may notice that when I paint shirts, 9 times out of 10 I start painting diagonally. Now, there's a reason for that. Because of the way the shirts are done, if I get you one that doesn't have any paint on it, see if I can get you guys to see it. Really difficult, but the lines on the shirt and the creases go in a diagonal line across the shirt. So there's like one here, one little wave here. I don't want to touch this because this one isn't going to be blue. In here, in here, in here. So they're all going diagonally sort of down across the shirt. So by painting diagonally, I just make sure I get in all those creases and I'm not bumping over the top of them. That's it really, but no one's ever asked. But you can see already, like some of the paint I put on the front is dry. Like it's drying so quickly. Honestly, it's ridiculously hot. But that's basically it. Like I say, this one will come to life when we add the white detail pieces in. Okay, final one for this episode is the 2009 FA Cup winning strip. Now Chelsea wore yellow that day. It's quite a bright and vibrant yellow. So for this one, don't usually go over what paint codes we're using on all these videos, but this one is a Citadel acrylic we're going to be using for this. It is Flash Gits Yellow, Gits with a Z. Time lapse our way through painting this shirt entirely yellow. In fact, you know what? Let's just jump cut it. And it was all yellow. There you go. So he's all yellow. That's it. Easy. That's what he's going to be for this episode. Now, we covered a lot of just base colour painting for this one.
End of this episode then, guys. As I said, very, very paint tippy, advice heavy. Trying a little something different. If you want, what we're going to do is a few sort of 0.5 episodes you would have already seen. Have you keep an eye on this channel, episode 2.5, which basically just runs a real swift update on where we are, without any of the time lapses, without any of the painting tips and information in them. So if you just want to see the progress in the frame, watch those episodes. 2.5 is already out. There will be a 3.5 from this one, which will show you these guys finished. But if you have watched this video and you have enjoyed it, you have found it useful, helpful, anything like that, please throw a thumbs up on this video. Smash that like button for me. If you've got any questions or any comments about the video, about the Chelsea frame, about anything that you've seen in any of my videos, please throw them in the comments below. You can always get in touch with us on any of these round us here. We've got our Twitter, we've got our email, we've got our web address there as well. You can get in touch with us there, or again, throw something down in the comments. Those people that have commented will know I interact with every single one. Either I'll put a thumbs up on it, 9 times out of 10 I will answer it, or at least write something underneath it. If you guys are going to take the time to message me, I will take the time, if I can, to message you guys back. Don't forget, we have still got our 10% discount code with our partners oldschoolfootball.co.uk, and that code is Westwood10, link in the description as always. And our music man, Samphadelic Sounds, still doing it, still bashing out the tunes for me. Absolutely love it. Massively useful for me, especially with time lapses. You don't want to have silence as we're time lapsing, so that's really awesome. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Stay safe.